Oh, violence, just call me, I've answered before. I'd made many enemies and settled my scores. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown. And so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you'll never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends.
Last time on the Tower of Souls campaign, we took a moment of rest before heading back into the tower. Haven did some day drinking. We checked in on Daya, where Daya is going to be getting their house fixed. And we learned a little bit about the Nightbender as well, and that Daya is a dragon. And Angelique did some investigating to make sure that we weren't tied to Thero's disappearance. Ash did some meditating and playing with Artie and playing with the laser pointer. And there was a fight pit incident. And Haven taught Artie some tricks. We took a long rest, and then we swung by the Fang's quarters, but nobody was heading in, so we went ourselves, got up real early in the morning, and we went in. And it turns out the tower remembers, and the door shut behind us, and the portal room looked the same, and the layout looked the same. However, things still seemed weird. We went down further than we've been before, where one room looked like it had a hexagonal room at the end, but then it became an endless hallway. We hit another junction in which we then decided to summon a protective lesbian to watch our back before we were shut into a different room that was very large, 300 to 400 feet long. That doesn't really spatially make sense in the tower, with a long checkerboard floor that was tiled. And at the end there was an untiled section with boxes and a chest. However, we soon learned that stepping on some of the tiles had some different effects. As, for example, Haven had stepped onto one and seems to have fallen through the floor, out the ceiling, and has taken flight. And I believe that's where we are.
That's the last thing I remember.
So you are going to continue going down the pathway to try to do as many of them as possible, correct? Just keep going, fly, etc.
Pretty much.
All right.
Is that the pattern here? They keep kicking them out at the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
So it takes a while, but you're able to successfully do that. I will have you roll one dex saving throw, just in case there was one time that it startled you for some reason.
I was even going to say, do we need to step on all of them? Could you guys just fly through?
Well, so that everyone else can join us, what I was doing was a 5-foot path in the middle, but then getting ones either side so that we knew that basically the entire tract was safe. So that if we couldn't go in a straight line, then we could move to either side if needed.
Well, yeah, but we could also get the flyers across and then Rainbow Bridge if we don't want to step on the floor.
Rainbow Bridge is only 30 feet?
Gosh darn it.
This is...
Yeah, you'd have to do it like 10 times, which is...
400 feet?
It's manageable.
Doable, but not altogether.
Yeah.
Just pick us up.
So, my dexterity, did you say saving throw, sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, dex saving throw is a 16.
Okay. You managed to successfully get all the way to the end on the last 50 feet of the corridor. You paved the way between this, it took about 20-30 minutes of your time, but when you get down there, you can see the objects that are in the back. There's a bunch of different crates, some barrels, a stack of barrels, and a chest.
And I'm the first one there with Ash right behind me, yes?
You're the first one there. Depends on the others if they flew following you guys or if you followed on each tile waiting as they were going.
I mean, that would have been probably in the middle somewhere between, I guess, Haven and Reese on the bridge that Haven's making.
Okay. When you look back to see if Ash is right behind you, you see everybody except for Angelique. Angelique is the only one you do not see.
Yeah, there's no sign of Riku anywhere.
You do see Riku fall suddenly through the ceiling.
Is he going to be alive? Because that's a...
He's fine.
Okay, fine. Yeah, something happened again. Someone go say hi to Riku, maybe. I'll investigate the crates. Hi, Riku! And just wave and holler down the thing and then turn around and...
He grumbles.
Can I hunt through the barrels and things? Not the chest.
Yeah, you can start hunting through things.
The reason that I wouldn't hunt the chest is because I would assume that it's locked, and I would want probably Reese, if Angelique isn't there, to see if he has things that can unlock it.
You see 3 crates in front of you. Those are the first 3 things in the way.
Okay, I'll have a rummage through those if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
As Haven's doing that, I'll wait for Riku to come. I assume he's coming towards us.
Yeah.
From where he landed. I'll just give him a little nod as he approaches.
22.
22. Inside the crates, they're a little bit difficult to pry open, but the nails are rusted, and you do manage to get them open eventually. In one of them, there are a bunch of torn into, and you see that there is a hole in the side of the crate where a creature had got its way in, and there are probably maybe 5 sealed rations inside.
Okay.
There were probably about 50 in there.
Damn it. Okay. Is that across all 3 crates or just one?
Second one is molded out, but it looked like it had fresh fruit at some point,
Nice.
which you're not sure why they put fresh fruit in a thing like that, but whatever. And then the third one has some very plain clothes.
Are they whole? Are they stealable?
They are whole. You have never seen this style of clothing before. They're all very straight-edged, very clean, crisp styles. There is literally no style whatsoever to them. They are the most boring clothes you've ever seen.
Okay. I will steal them because someone might be able to use them for rags or something. Just the one set or?
3 sets.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait for the others to catch up.
Yeah, at this point I'd have caught up.
Help Riku follow the path and keep moving till we get there.
Okay. You are all on solid ground now, by the way.
Okay.
Woo!
This is a 50-foot by 15-foot area, and it is all solid ground.
Okay.
I will relay to Reese about thinking that the chest is probably locked and just assuming that without actually checking it and say, do you have anything that could maybe undo it?
Other than blasting it, I don't really have anything. Riku, it's good to see you, but of course the second, we could use Angeli's lockpick.
I do not choose the time the god wishes.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Riku. Your timing sucks, but hi.
But yeah, I could blast it with some ice, see if that breaks any lock, but does it look locked?
Blast it, then kick it. Yeah.
You can't make out if there's any locks because there's a bunch of barrels in front of it.
Oh, all right, well, start moving that.
Yeah, help move the barrels.
Do we want to check the arrows? If someone moves them, I'll check them.
Yeah, I'll move them over to where Haven's at, or I'll start helping.
Okay,
I will investigate.
sure.
May I investigate the chest?
Sure.
I have a 5 on investigation.
Look like barrels.
Cool.
Can't tell what's inside of them. They have liquid in them,
Ooh.
but you don't know what kind.
Brings you to a 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Haven as I'm moving these slushy barrels over toward them
I'll look at the floor.
and say, don't drink whatever the order drinks. It's probably not good for you. I'm gonna sit it down.
Okay. While everyone else is sort of busy and looking at things, say, hey Zaz.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have been avoiding you a little bit the last day or so.
No, you don't say?
I know, I'm so good at it. It's just, you're one of us. And you heard what I said in Cart about the wings and my family, and you were brought up the same way that I was, so you might have had a bit of a problem with me, and I didn't really want to confront that. But seeing as we might die here anyway, I thought, why the hell not?
Makes sense to get it off your chest. The way I see it, this is just me, not everybody's like me. You use your abilities that you are not gifted with to look like the rest of us, even though you were shunned.
Easier to fit in.
Right, but you could have been anything.
And flying is really cool.
No, I totally agree, but you could have done anything with it. You could have been anywhere. You could have gotten rid of this life, and instead you decided to attempt to be more like us. I think that that's respectable in its own way.
Okay.
You don't let it define you, but you don the wings just like the rest of us. Just because you use your form to look like us instead of to not look like us. It's the same thing, really. So, fuck them, and fuck her, and she's dead now, so.
Valid. Just, we may encounter my family at any given point, and that's a terrifying prospect, and I really don't want all of you to die, quite honestly.
I think we'll be alright. And if not, then we'll die together.
Valid. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'll stop avoiding you now.
As you're having this conversation, Riku steps up to Ash and go, fuck happened. But then Reese is looking over the chest and uses it to hunch down to look over. And when he tries to pull his hand up, he cannot, as the chest becomes a mimic. Hooray! All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll initiative.
Ooh, joy.
I got a 3.
I got a 17.
It was a 12.
Riku got a 2. Great. The creature gets not a 2. Haven, you have the higher dex, yes?
I have a dex of +1.
All right, fine. With a 17, Reese, you are first, and your hand is stuck to this transforming being.
Oh boy, I guess. Well, I'm just scared, so I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and my hand is stuck as the chest is shifting and changing, and I think that's going to be my whole turn. Is that as an action?
Okay, you cast Mage Armor on yourself, and your AC bumps up to 15, I believe.
I think 14. But yeah.
13 plus your dex, right? Fantastic. Up next is the Mimic.
Uh-oh.
All right. You are grappled by it, by being stuck to it. You can try to attempt to escape from it with disadvantage on your future turns. It'll be a, I think it's athletics or acrobatics? Athletics. I forget. It's one of those two things. Somebody can look it up. I don't know.
Would that cost me an action, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, like I knew you wanted to cast your mage armor, but I was just reading that. So on your next turn, if you wanted to, you can try to escape.
Sounds good.
It is going to try to bite you. And it has advantage against you because you are grappled.
Okay.
That is a 15.
That'll hit.
You take 10 piercing damage
Ooh.
plus 1 acid damage as it chomps down on your other hand.
Okay.
And the smell of acid and flesh meeting fills the room a little bit. And that is the end of the next turn as it's snarling and slobbering all over the place. Ash, now it's your turn.
Hey! I have been talking with Riku when he approached to ask him I trust that Angeli will be well cared for, at which point I will then turn and see that Reese is stuck. I'm going to run over to where he is and just shout, Reese! And pull out my sword and take a swing at the mimic. But before I do, as I pull the sword out and am heading towards him, anyone who's close by will notice that the runes on it turn blue. And I unintentionally cast Freezing Smite.
Fantastic.
And that is a nat 20.
Nice.
Even more fantastic.
Hell yeah.
That is 20 damage.
It shrieks out in pain, lifting up its upper chest with Reese's hand still attached to it as it's pulled up, and then its gigantic purple tongue is just like flailing in the air trying to touch whatever it can. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
We're at Zaz's turn.
Looking at this thing, do I see any type of eyes or any way it would be able to see anything?
It has
Just like a great assessment. Like, obviously it has a tongue. Does it have eyes?
2 sets of orange eyes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because it's a cold shot, I'm going to say it's going to be more challenging and bump its AC up for that. But you can attempt to shoot it with you're going to do bow and arrow?
No. I was looking at a spell I have.
Okay.
It requires the thing to be able to see me too. I'm going to shout out, hey ugly, let go of my friend over there. And then I'm going to glare at it, hoping to catch its attention. And I'm going to cast Death Stare, which is a bonus action. Target one creature you see within range. That creature must also be able to see you. That creature must make a charisma saving throw. DC is 13.
It got a 15.
Okay, so on a fail, it takes 46 necrotic damage and can't break eye contact for as long as the spell's continued. Interesting. So do they just not affect otherwise? Or is it half damage?
It should be on a success that happens.
Yeah, on a failed save, it takes that, and then there is
Yeah.
no unsuccess for it. So,
So nothing happens.
okay, that hurt.
It looks at you unperturbed and seems to not understand what you're saying.
Alright, well, that didn't work. I'm going to move forward. I couldn't move through Reese, probably, because Reese is engaged and Haven's there, so I probably couldn't reach it.
You cannot move through Reese or Ash.
I'm sorry, Ash. Reese or Ash, yes, I apologize.
You can fly above.
Okay, then that's all I'm going to do.
Okay. Up next is Haven.
How high is the ceiling?
15 feet.
So I can get probably, if Ash is about 6 foot and Reese is probably about the same, if I went 4 foot above them, I would just about have enough room for me to still fly at the very tip top of the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, I will do that, stabilizing myself basically on with one hand on the ceiling so I don't crack my head repeatedly and just stay as up there as I can. If there's something to hold on to, I will. And I would just yell, "Let him go," but each word will come out as a different color, and I will again unintentionally cast Warlock, which, if the creature attacks anything but me at 15 foot high in the ceiling, it takes 1d10 psychic damage.
Is that a saving throw?
No, it's just if it attacks anything but me, it takes 1d10 psychic damage. You lock onto a chosen creature and mark them with an otherworldly pull. If the target creature attempts to attack on any other target but yourself, it catches terrifying glimpses of you that deal 1d10 psychic damage, unless it chooses to attack you and only you for the duration of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
We can limit its use if you'd prefer.
It's fine for now.
Do you want to say DC 15 for now and roll against it?
It'd be based off of your charisma.
Okay.
So 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I rolled a 12 with wisdom. It's plus 1.
Fair. Okay, so it doesn't work. But that is a bonus action, so that is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
It's my main action, so 1d4 plus 2. 3 damage.
Okay. Your dagger lodges into its tongue and it seems to be stuck. Ash, your weapon also seems to be sticking to it a little bit, but because of your smite, it burned off and you were able to yank it back at the last second. All right, anything else you want to do, Haven?
No, that's the end of mine.
Okay, it's Riku's turn and he is unable to reach the creature.
Bummer, buddy.
So he is going to go and climb onto these barrels so he can reach the creature. It's a little wobbly, but he will slash down with his battle axe. He will roll an 18 to hit, which will hit. Does 13 damage as the battle axe slams down into it. He will smite on his turn as well, using a level 1 spell, because that's all he has. And that's just an extra d8. So that does a whole 3 more damage. Up next is Reese.
Reese is just going to get real mad and maybe a little trying to just put on a tough face. Bite me again, asshole. See what happens. And with the hand that's stuck, going to cast Ray of Frost.
Nice.
Okay. Is that a touch spell?
That is a ranged spell attack.
So disadvantage.
Okay. Still pretty good. Actually, still very good. That's a 22.
22 hits.
And 1d8. Oh, that is 8 cold damage.
Very nice.
Just right down its gullet.
It shrieks as ice crystals start to form over its teeth, but it just gnashes down and breaks them all.
Okay. I was ready for that. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Up next is the Mimic again. It's going to bite at Ash.
Damn, I was trying to take its attention.
It didn't like the cold, but it just got smited, and it was not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's distracted in the cold and everything, and it's technically has something stuck on it, it tries to bite out at you, Ash, but you're able to very easily dodge out of the way because it cannot move itself nimbly enough to get to you. And it doesn't have any bonus action, so that is its turn. Ash, it's your turn.
I will look down at my sword in a little bit of surprise. There are now ice crystals forming along the length of the blade. And I am going to try to hit it again. That is a 15.
15 will hit.
That is 15 damage.
Okay, very nice. It screeches at you, unhappy with this.
I snarl at it.
Seems unaffected.
Yeah, whatever.
You're unaffected by its screech, so. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Zaz, it's your turn.
Alright, since looking at it didn't work, I'm just gonna get pissed off and I'm gonna fly up in the air just above Reese's head so I've got like line of sight and vision for what I'm about to do. I'm just gonna turn my hand around and reach out, and a bolt of white light springs forth from my hand directly towards the Mimic. I'm going to use Guiding Bolt, and that is a ranged spell attack. 2, I'm going to use a luck point. That is better. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. It is 4d6 of radiant damage. 19 points of radiant damage as I just reach out, shoot the blast towards the creature, and then descend back down. 10 feet of movement up, 10 feet of movement down.
How much damage, sorry?
19 radiant.
Okay. It's looking pretty hurt. Haven, it's your turn.
I will throw another dagger.
Okay.
13.
That'll hit.
Oh, okay. 6 damage.
It is still barely holding on. Would you like to push yourself to hit it just a little bit harder?
Sure, why not?
Okay. As you throw your dagger, you throw with all of your might. It sinks into the creature, killing it, but you pull out your shoulder as you throw it, and you have disadvantage for the first 2 rounds of your next fight.
Oof. Okay, first 2 rounds. Ouch.
But the mimic is dead. The adhesiveness lets go of all the weapons and your hand, Reese, and it is safe.
Kind of just pulling the teeth from my arm, holding it for a moment. Thank you, guys.
How hurt are you again? Do you look hurt?
His arm looks pretty bad, but overall he looks all right. If you had to give it a number, he's probably like 2/3 good.
Riku will come up to you and place his hand on you, and as he verbally starts to chant something in Primordial, you see some of the essence from him pulling into yourself. And he will sacrifice 8 hit points, and you will gain 16.
Oh, you see Reese just go right back to okay. His wounds just heal right up.
And in the meantime, there is a very small, scared Artie cowering at the very far side of the platform because someone forgot that they were holding it as they approached the mimic. He scampered over Ash's shoulder and vanished as far as he could.
I'm going to stare down at my sword, a little surprised, shake the ice off of it, and then go and try and find where Artie is.
Artie is sniffing at one of the tiles that has a hole in it.
I'm gonna crouch at a distance and kind of be like, come on! Come on! If I need to, I will pull the catnip out of my bag.
I was going to say, where's the laser?
I don't trust that thing!
He looks up at you, and then he looks at the hole, and he starts sniffing and pawing at the darkness.
I'm going to pull the catnip out of my bag and just break a little bit up in my fingers so he can smell it and just hold it out to where he is.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna roll to see how smart Artie is. He is smart enough to realize that he should not step into the darkness, and he walks across the tiles to you.
Good kitty.
Oh, goodness.
I will pick him back up and give him lots of pets. And the little bit of catnip that I had as well.
I'm going to land, take Artie off of Ash, and just looking straight at Ash, put him back in the bag, slide it round my back, and go, what the fuck?
Reese's hand was in a box. I can't just leave him.
You could have put Artie down. 3 seconds. It's probably a free action.
That's fair. But Artie was on my back. There's me between it and whatever else, so. Alright, I'm sorry. I'll be more careful.
Thank you. Now I'll start giving Artie scritches.
As you finish looking through all the other items, you find approximately 150 worth of mixed platinum and gold. It's 150 platinum worth,
Wow.
but it is in a old currency that you have never seen.
So it's 150 platinum, not 150 gold. It all makes...
It's 150 platinum mixed with platinum and gold, but yes.
Okay, so it makes up to 150 platinum. Sorry, right. Yeah, cool.
Yes. But it's all in old coins that you all have never seen.
I'm sure it'll melt down fine.
Thank you, guys. I should have been a little bit more careful there.
Things like that can happen here. I didn't expect they'd have such chaotic creatures in a place like this.
Yes, it's quite disturbing. I mean, it could have wandered in from our side and just looked for a home. It's entirely feasible. It may not be theirs. Or they could have kidnapped it and just dumped it here because they didn't know how to deal with it. On the plus side, we can skin it, strip it of all its teeth and goodies, and maybe sell them on the market. I love that every time I say about skinning things, everyone's just like silence.
Roll me a basic survival check.
19 on the dice. Survival is a plus 221.
Okay, you are successfully able to skin it. We will deal with what that is later. Or just put it in the chat so I can remember later.
That's cool.
While Haven is skinning said mimic creature chest thing, I'm going to take a look around the room, just like from what I can see from where we are, and see if there are any other doors, exit ways, or ways out of this room.
There are not any other doors, though you do see that the door that you came in is now opened.
Looks like this whole room was a wrong turn, I guess. Kind of point back toward the door that's opened again. Should we take the same way back, you think?
I think so.
If we do go back the way we came in, we at least know where we're going and what to expect.
I'm going to yell down the whole corridor. Ava! How are we looking out there?
Oh, that's right.
Eva looks up at you and says, yelling is not a good plan inside this building, but I sense no danger.
Raise a thumbs up.
Quietly yelling, thanks, Eva!
They look at Reese's thumbs up, they look at their hand, and they're like, thumbs up? They don't understand what it means, but...
What I want to do is on the way that we walk back to the entrance, because we don't have anywhere else to go, update where I've updated my map, quickly sketch out on just a scrap a new version, give it to Artie, and when we step out, I'll point him towards the entrance, and I'll say, General Askew, and I'll point to where the entrance is, A General Askew, because Askew would have seen Artie with us on the way in, and I'll roll up the map, tie it to him with something, and then send him off to try and give the map to General Askew, but watch him go so that I can see him coming back too.
Okay. I made him roll to see how smart he would be, and he seems to understand your request. He gallops about halfway down, gets distracted a little bit, and starts batting around something, and then starts running again, and then goes outside, looks around confused, and one of the other people walk over, and they see the thing and look and see that it says General Askew, and they walk away to go give it to them.
Okay, cool.
And then Artie runs back but gets distracted by a rock again, and then finally makes his way back.
Awesome. I'll pick him up, put him back in.
You do have to go eventually pick him up because he's super distracted.
That's fine. I just want to keep teaching him that thing so that I can start associating names with people.
Yeah. Okay, so you're back at the center where you can go.
Well, there was also that turning that you said had the pedestal.
Yes.
What does everyone think about either checking the other direction or continuing the way that we were going along where that pedestal is?
Is there one of the paths that seems more primary as compared to the other?
You can't tell the difference between the two. They both look equally long.
I'd say either way then.
Yeah, either way.
Zaz?
I mean, I always favor going left wherever we go, but...
Well, we were already that way. We probably should continue to...
Well, I know, but coming back to the next left, and the left after that... It's up to you, though.
I would bring you to the pedestal.
Okay, let's go look at the pedestal.
Okay, there is a thick door that is sitting next to the pedestal. It seems to, with a quick arcana check, be blocked by a magical barrier. And there's a tome that is probably the largest book any of you have seen. And it sits on the pedestal and says, there's a title, Tell Me a Secret.
Is there anything to indicate what this door is for?
Nope.
It's just, was it an archway with a barrier or a door with a barrier?
There is a door.
Okay.
And it's a thick-ass door.
Okay.
Front door of the tower thick.
Fun doors. Okay, cool.
Ash, do you want to try opening that beastie?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, make a strength check.
That's a 24.
It doesn't matter how hard you pull, you cannot get this door open. You try pushing too, it doesn't work.
I give it my utmost and I'll turn and say, yeah, that... it's not budging.
Let's be a little bit more careful this time. I'm going to use Mage Hand, and I'm going to open the book and see what's maybe inside from about 10 feet away.
Okay. You see that writing appears on the page that you open to, but you can't read it from that far.
Okay, if there's no immediate reaction, I'll step forward to look and see.
The writing says, there are no secrets from the gaze of Solon. To help you become accustomed to this, in order to rest you must share a secret about yourself until you are as open as the pages in this book.
Is anyone familiar with the name Solon?
Whoever wants to can make either history or religion checks.
Do that.
I'll do a religion check.
I'd also make a religion check.
It's a 17.
A natural 20.
Whoa, nice.
Nice.
Go for it.
On the important rolls.
Riku also got a natural 20.
I only got a 14.
9.
For a natural 20, I could give an in-depth recount if you'd like.
Then yeah, if you can go ahead and tell them what they would know with a natural 20.
Okay. On reading the name Solon, you would think back to some of the classes on the enemy and fighting the enemy and their history of what they preach and when people were captured, what they would say and all the details. Their god is called Solon. Solon is the sun god of the Sunblades, who are the enemy, and has dominion of this entire tower. They are a gender-fluid being of immense power who demands complete openness and balance and perfect order in all things. He doesn't tolerate chaos. There is a pantheon, but the others are far lesser known, and Solon is the one who demands full compliance from all followers.
This is exceedingly unsettling.
I guess either Riku or I paraphrases that a bit for anybody who didn't know in the sharing. But looking through the book, is it like people have like written in here?
Yes, there are hundreds of individual comments and secrets that are as simple as I was the one that stole the sandwich and things like that, but there are some more that are severe, like I cheated on my wife and nope, she never found out, or it was my fault that the fire started, and there's like some more extreme ones. But you notice that with that some of the handwriting is the same, and as you go through you see that the same person who started with simple commentary was getting into more extreme secrets later in the book. So it looks like you can reuse the door possibly.
Reese has on him, I think he has a writing utensil. Yeah, I have a bottle of ink and a quill. So I'm going to pull that out and I will write in the book.
Okay. Is this a for sure secret that nobody knows? Are you typing it up to me?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Wouldn't anyone who's following Reese be able to see what he wrote, though?
They could if they looked.
Just checking.
All right, I sent it to you.
Okay. You write your sentence into the book and you turn the page to the next blank page. And you alone see the door open.
Okay, door's open.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's
No.
kind of just walking over.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna kind of walk over to it and put my hand on it. No, it's not.
And I'll walk over and put my hand through it. Yeah, it is.
You all see his hand go through the door.
Great. Okay. Who wants the ink next?
I'll walk over and write something as well. And I guess you want me to send it to you?
Sure.
I will write something and then walk over to Reese.
And once you write the secret in, you can then see the door open. Do you look at the prior one?
No.
You turn the page, Riku goes up and writes a secret for himself and turns the page and then offers it to Ash or Zaz.
I'll take it.
Guys, if Solon is the god that the Order loves, and they're pretty responsible for this tower, we should be careful not to share anything that could be used too much against us.
That's probably smart.
I say now, after half of us have written in the book.
I will write in the book.
Okay.
And after Ash is done, I will also fill in a secret into the book.
The door opens for all of you. Does anybody look at anybody else's secrets?
Nope.
I'm the last one through the door.
Yeah. Do you look at the secrets?
No.
Everybody is allowed to enter the door. Inside, you find sleeping rooms. They are all very small, big enough that each of you can fit in, but they're 2x2 cube rooms. So they're not very large. There is a bed inside with one table. It's all very plain. You see some personal things that belong to people that may have been left behind, but a lot of it is dusty or rotted. And each room looks identical, other than the personal items that were left. And it looks like you found a place that you can rest, if need be.
That's handy.
How horrifying is it to us?
It's not that bad, honestly, to you guys. It's not exactly the same style that you like, but because it's so old, it's kind of beaten up, it's kind of worn. The edges aren't as straight as they could have been. The dust is all over the place. It's not as clean as it was. So right now, it's not exactly what you would call home or homey, and it's not very roomy for you at all, but you are able to comfortably sleep here without issue.
Okay. Are there signs of anyone else being around? Like, if we check every single room, is there anyone there?
As you look around the rooms, the only thing you find like 2 skeletons that are very old that look like they possibly died in their sleep or died of their wounds and weren't able to heal. One is sitting in the chair next to the desk, just slumped over. The other one looks like they laid in bed and there's like a giant blood puddle that has long since dried underneath of them. But you saw some, at least in the room, you see that there was a blood trail leading to the bed. So it wasn't caused while in the room, it was caused prior to. But otherwise, the place is completely empty.
Does anyone want to use this and rest while we have a chance?
I mean, thanks to Riku, I'm feeling pretty good. But does the room have like another? Is it the one entrance and exit?
Yeah, one. That big door.
Okay, and it's still open. Well, I guess to us it would.
It is closed for you on the other side, but when you reach your hand out, you can easily leave.
Gonna just draw out a little map.
I mean, I'm good to continue on.
I'm good to keep moving.
If you wanted to rest, we could. We'll just fast forward through it. But if you want to keep going, we can do that too.
I'm okay to keep going.
Okay. You leave the room and the hallway continues going straight down. And there is a doorway to the left, or the hallway goes to the right. So you turn left and you can go all the way to the end of the hallway where there is a doorway to your north behind you. Or you can continue to turn right and go down a hallway where you see another doorway.
So we have a door on the left, or we can turn right. Is there anyone in the corridor on the right?
No.
Okay. I'll just point at the door and look at everyone in askance.
Our previous luck with doors, I'm hesitant, but I'll kind of draw my sword and nod towards you.
Is the protective lesbian still around?
4 hours.
Okay. I'll say, Eva, can you open the door for us, please? And I'll draw my sword in readiness.
She walks up to the door and opens it. It does open. As Eva tries to go through, a barrier stops her. You can see that the ramp and stairs go upwards and go downwards, but none of you can actually get through the door.
Oh,
Maybe this is one to come back to.
well, makes the decision for us, I guess. I guess we'll keep moving.
Can Eva pull the door shut behind her? as she steps back out. Cool, thank you.
Yeah, yes, please.
As you walk away, the door shuts on its own
Oh, cool.
because she can't reach through the door to grab the door handle.
Okay.
So as you're walking down, you do see a doorway that has a sign next to it that says blacksmithery available, but it says closed currently.
Oh, okay. Been ready for more soldiers and things, was not expecting doors.
Hallway continues downwards. There is a turn, or you can see a door straight down at the end of the hall.
We probably shouldn't leave rooms that haven't been checked behind us. We do need to check it, I think, but I'll trust everyone else's judgment.
I think it wouldn't hurt to at least check. That way nothing comes up behind us.
Mage Hand try to open the blacksmith door.
It does not open.
Okay. Mage Hand knock on the door.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
I will try gently pushing or turning the handle just in case it needs a physical person, as opposed to a spell.
Okay, nothing.
Okay.
It's locked and closed and dark inside. You don't see any light through the cracks on the bottom.
I'll shrug to the others and point down the hallway, saying, like, maybe we should go that way then, as we can't do anything here.
Sounds good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you are walking down, you see that you can turn right into a hallway and a horrific smell comes from that way, or you can go straight to a door.
There's a door directly ahead. The corridor ends. There's nothing on the left. There's a door in front of us, and then we can turn left. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. And the smell is coming from your right.
Eva, can you see what that is for a second?
Eva walks into the room and she seems unaffected by the smells.
Mhm.
And when she comes back, she says, "It looks like a kitchen. There's food sitting on the table and it looks rotted."
My snout will be all scrunched up, and I'm just going to put the back of a hand over my nose because it smells really bad.
Reese is going to follow. Mage Hand is pinching his nose.
Okay. As you go into the kitchen, it's a very plain, boring kitchen. There seems to be pantries along the wall, which if you look, you don't find anything of things that you understand. There's foods that you've never tried before, like rice cakes or oatmeal with no ingredients added to it, or very bland objects that nobody would, in their right mind, eat without anything else.
There's no seasoning here.
And there's absolutely no seasonings whatsoever. You see a dead dwarf
Excellent.
in the corner, hugging a backpack.
I don't like where this is going, but
You can't trust me for once?
No.
no, I can't.
I don't know why.
It's a mimic.
I'm going to go over toward the dead dwarf and kind of see if I can pry this bag loose.
It's easy enough as you pull the bones crumble.
Okay. Then I would take the bag and look at what's in it.
Inside, you find a bunch of seasonings. They are labeled as Dwarven Duragar seasonings, which are very, very spicy and known very much for their high pain tolerance in food that they've eaten. Not a lot of people in town can actually handle Duragar food. The devils love it. The demons and the devils absolutely adore it, but it's very high spice content.
Oh, we got to hold on to that.
No, now you have spices for your food.
Yay!
Yay.
And we have lore about Duragar. You get the bag, and Eva will walk around and see that the hallway goes back to the other way, so you basically made a circle.
Okay, I made a circle. That's what I was going to see. I was going to see if we were trapped here because I was concerned about the person holding on to spices dying for them.
Probably died by eating them.
So the only thing you have yet to explore is the one door that is open and the room that you couldn't get through.
Makes me a bit more comfortable.
Oh, and the portal room. We've looked into it, but it just ends in darkness, I think you said?
Yeah, the endless hallway.
Okay. I don't remember what that was, but it sounds terrifying.
The inviting door or the endless dark hallway? You guys want to go for the door?
We are right next to a sealed door, so might as well.
Okay.
Does it seem the stench was the body or the rotting food or?
It's the smell of the food. You do not like the smell of the food. It all smells like it is just burnt slightly, bland, slightly rotted. It just doesn't smell good.
It smells bland in here. Ooh,
The lack of smell.
I know.
Smells basic.
It smells clean in here.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, Reese, can you press the dissertation to make this
Yeah.
smell like us?
Yeah. Well, sort of. It's not going to last it'll last for like an hour, but yeah, I'll try to get rid of whatever smell I can for right now.
In a 5-foot cube that you're standing in, it smells better
Yay.
for one person.
I didn't know that. I thought the spell was more like just press a dissertation. I don't remember which one it is.
Well, actually, nope. I can't even mess around with spells. I have minor trick, so I can make food taste different, but I can't do smells.
Ah, fair.
Are you going to the last room?
Mm.
Yep.
Think so?
Okay.
If nobody else is volunteering, I'll lead the way.
I'll go right behind.
I'll take up the rear. That sounded wrong. I will guard our backs,
That's better.
Haven will cover my ass.
which means that you get to cover Zaz's ass.
Okay, so the door is unlocked, and as you open it, you see inside a system of sorts and water. You can make an intelligence check to see if you understand what it is.
That is a 6. I'm going to roll with luck. No, that is a 1. Okay, so 6.
No idea what these things are doing. As you look around, you see that there are a series of 3 waist-high pools linked throughout the room. Whoever wants to make a perception check can.
I'm at the back. I see nothing.
Oh, that's a 9.
To 12.
19 plus 3 is a 22.
You notice, nobody else can see this from here, but as you look around, you see that these 3 waist-high pools, the ones in the front are crystal clear, but the one in the back is completely filthy, the water inside of it. And you see that there are stalagmites scattered around the area.
Okay.
You also see some women in the water.
So, a system of sorts with pools and a filthy pool, women in the pools.
Oh?
What do the women look like?
There are 3 women, and they all look absolutely stunningly beautiful. One has long blonde hair that's very curvy, voluptuous. One has brown hair, and one has pink half-shaven head of hair. When you glance at them, they seem to have exactly what you like if you like women, but all very sing-songy and just in the water working.
Daz, what do you mean working? What are they working on?
What are they working on?
You see water being absorbed into them and then coming out clear.
Looks like cleansing water somehow. I'm not quite sure what to make of this whole thing. I don't suppose it'd be as easy as just approaching and saying hello.
I don't know. I've been kind of expecting. I mean, the mimic chest thing seemed on point, but we passed like a store and a kitchen, and what is this? Like a bathhouse? This tower's sending mixed signals. Maybe it is that easy.
Maybe.
I don't know if that's that dumb.
Reese might be that dumb.
Could I roll an intelligence check for Haven if Haven has got near the door yet to see if Haven... I don't want to meta, so I want to roll to see if Haven would know.
Sure.
It's a 4 on the dice. I know nothing.
Zaz, can I get a look? The women sound nefarious, but I'm interested in what those pools are. Can I?
Of course.
Was that an intelligence check or investigation or?
Intelligence.
You know what? I had high hopes, but that's a natural one.
No idea.
Do they seem distracted?
They seem to have not noticed you yet.
Okay. And does the room itself look like it has another exit?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Should we just leave them be?
I mean, we could, but we don't... If they're the enemy, then we need to kill them.
I seem to agree with Haven on this one. Also, there doesn't seem to be any other way forward, so maybe it's...
Well, we also have Endless Hallway of Doom, but...
Right, but I hadn't thought about that. Maybe the hallway's only endless until you clear everything up.
Are they armed?
Nope, they just look like beautiful, young... Well, to you guys, they're not beautiful, I guess, but they look like human and elf, very pale-skinned features. You've seen one of them looks very much like a drow would if they just were... They have the same physicalities of a drow, but they are definitely not a drow. You see the other one just looks plain. Ash, you would see that they have similar facial features as the person's face you did see, like the green eyes, but slightly paler skin. And then the 4th person looks the same. They have pointed ears with the pink hair. So they're probably not beautiful to you guys because you're into more chaotic types of humanoids, but...
Oh, they're hideous. And they're women?
Yes. Reese has no interest whatsoever.
I mean, we've already established nothing in this tower is beneficial to us. So, killing them isn't a problem, morally speaking. We could leave them.
But then we have enemies at our backs. It's not safe.
Exactly.
Alright, I guess maybe we clear the room?
We're gonna have to.
That is a surprise attack. Alright, we could send Eva in just to talk for a moment.
Just seem we have the element of surprise, we might as well use it.
That's true. Do you think we should attack one at a time or split up and take 2 on each one and then one person goes to the one at the back?
If we're trying to take them out as quickly as possible, we should try to gang up on one and then each one, you know?
Okay.
That might be wise, especially since we don't yet know exactly what we're walking into.
Have they seen us?
One of them is looking at you.
I say we attack that one first, and I start running.
Okay, roll initiative.
I'm gonna sprint right behind you.
Haven, wait. Okay.
16.
It's a 12 again.
It's a 9.
For 15.
Uh-oh.
As you start to run towards them, they all begin to transform into these bluish, thin, water-lagged humanoids
Great.
with green algae hair and webbed fingers and tongues, mouths open wide and screech at you, and the other two women also begin to transform and scream, all aware of your presence. You are fighting some sea hags.
Oh,
Great. Love it.
You see, I knew they were beautiful on the inside.
I know. Why didn't they look this good from the start?
Oh, God.
Because the Order doesn't understand how chaos works, okay?
It's their loss.
I know, right? Failure.
I should still have mage armor up because that lasts for 8 hours.
It's not concentration, so.
Yep.
Okay, so Ash and Haven began to run in, but Riku is first to go in the order, so he will go 25 to attack.
Riku's in the order? Never mind. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Go on.
That was hilarious.
To attack Sea Hag 1 as he is running over. Wait, let me do something really quick. Let me see if he understands what these things are. He does not. Okay. He is going to cast on his way over Wrathful Smite, and then he is going to swing his battle axe at the woman. He rolled a 22, and that definitely hits. He deals not great. 15 points of damage to the first hag.
Oh, Riku!
And then that was his bonus action and his action. They must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. They are frightened until the spell ends. So Sea Hag 1 looks at Riku terrified.
Monkey Man doing work.
And now it is Sea Hag's 2's turn. Her appearance suddenly changes. Instead of back to the beautiful or the ugly form, because it seems to not be bothering you as much as it did when they were beautiful, she changes her appearance into the most beautiful human being that could possibly exist for the order side of things, which is absolutely horrifying for you all, using horrific appearance on Riku, who will make a wisdom saving throw. He has an 11 plus 4, so he succeeds. As he glances at her, does a small shudder, and then just nods his head, unfazed by the creature. And then we go to Haven.
I think I already have my sword drawn, so I will rush over to the Sea Hag number 1 by Riku on the left-hand side of the pools, and I will attack her with my sword for a 17 to hit.
That'll do it.
That is 8 damage, and then I will turn around and swipe again with my second attack. Not a second attack, it's a double attack thing. I probably have to use a dagger for that, actually, don't I? I'll use the dagger, sorry. 17 to hit again. And then that is 1 damage. And for a bonus action, I will use a key point and do Flurry of Blows. So I will punch her twice in the face if possible. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
It's 3 and 4. Oh, wait, sorry. No, I have to roll for the second one. Just 3 because the second one does not hit at all.
Is 3 plus dex? Because your roll plus your dex.
Right, okay, sorry. 1 extra.
Okay.
And that's it. Oh, and I get a bonus of I can disengage. I have Drunken Technique, and I can disengage whenever I use Flurry of Blows. So I will back away 10 feet in case someone else wants to get in there and do some damage.
Are you moving back to exactly where your character is currently?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Zaz, it's your turn.
Breaking from the party is not a good idea. I've done that before. It didn't work out well. I am going to fly over this way, spreading my wings and immediately landing in this pool. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. I am going to bonus action Might of Embers, the 2nd level spell. That's almost all of my slots for that. And then I'm going to attack with my short sword that I drew as I was flying overhead. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright, so that is 5 slashing, 6 fire. I fly over and swing, kind of like falling down backwards behind it with the blade as the fire kind of comes off of the tip of the blade. And as I land in the pool, that's my turn.
All right, Ash, it's your turn.
I think I want to try to run up, if I can, past Haven to get up to that first sea hag. And then I'm just going to take a swing with my sword.
All right. You run 10 feet forward. Mad a swing.
22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay. There's 12 damage.
Okay. Really quick, because I forgot to do this. Can Zaz, Haven, and Ash all make wisdom saving throws? This will start on the next turn if something happens.
So 14.
Okay.
Oh, what did Haven get?
Natural 1.
For a total of magically.
A wisdom saving throw. 5.
Okay. And Zaz?
16 on the dice, that's a 21.
At the beginning of your next turn, it should have started last turn, but I did not realize it was going to do this. You are frightened of the hag.
Okay.
Of all of the hags.
Dang.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
The rest of you are immune to it now because you were not frightened. Is that your turn, Ash?
Yeah, that's it.
Reese, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, natural 2 plus 4 is 6.
Okay, you are also frightened.
All right.
You can make a roll at the end of your turn. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear is within line of sight.
Okay.
And you cannot move closer to your source of fear.
Okay, I'm going to stay right where I am then. And from a distance, I am going to put my hand up to my forehead and cast Tasha's Mind Whip on the sea hag everybody else is beaten on.
Okay.
So I need the sea hag to make a intelligence saving throw.
That is a 7.
It's a 7. All right. Then you take 3d6 psychic damage. And on its next turn, it has to decide whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. And it only gets one of those. So let me roll for damage. That is 10 psychic damage.
Okay. As you feel your whip hit her, she grabs her head, screams in agony, and then falls limp into the water. Both are neither frightened anymore, but you are not immune yet because you didn't technically break from the fright.
Perfect.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, unless I need to save again.
No, it's because the person who casts died.
All right.
You are no longer frightened right this second.
Okay. Oh, I do have a question though. Which of because each one was in a different pool, which one was the dirty water?
2. The one in the back.
Okay, in the back of the room. Okay, that's it.
Sea Hag 3 is going to come up to Riku and attempt to slash her claws into him. That is a 16. Oh no, he's not using a shield. That'll hit. Just hit. So she will do 2d6 plus 3 slashing damage. He takes 10 damage as her claws dig into him and burn a hole through the chainmail a little bit. And that is her turn. Sea Hag 1 is gone from the initiative. Riku's turn is up, so he is going to turn around and slash at her. He rolls a 15, which hits. And his Wrathful Smite is still up, so he is going to roll 1d10. So that is 10 damage plus 2 more damage, so 12 damage. I don't think he has any other bonus actions. No, those are both concentration. I should have rolled to see if he maintained concentration. He did not, so that extra 2 damage did not happen. That's okay. He still did 10 damage. And as a bonus action, he will... You won't do anything. Cool. Up next is Sea Hag number 2, who is in the back of the room. She will move through the water and go up behind Zaz, and is going to attempt to claw right through your wings.
Rude.
But I believe a 10 will miss.
Yes.
So you feel the scratching of claws go against your wings, and you tuck them around you to try to avoid the damage.
Mm-hmm. Ducking and ducking.
Haven, it's your turn.
Okay, and I'm not frightened now, no?
Correct.
Okay, so I would get flanking if I went behind the sea hag that is attacking Zaz, right?
Yes, or the one that's attacking Riku.
But Zaz is on his own, so I will go to behind that sea hag, number 2, and attack her with my short sword.
Okay. You have advantage.
So it's 17 to hit.
I'll hit.
3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will hit her with my dagger for a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 3 damage. Then I will Flurry of Blows her. Take another key point. First one, 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 damage. Natural 20.
Very nice.
Nice.
And that's a 4 So 8 plus 2, 10.
He looks pretty beaten up.
Cool. That is my turn.
Zaz,
Oh, that's a 14 plus 5, so that's a 19 to hit.
that'll hit.
Yay, so much better. Thank you, Advantage. Thank you, DM, for reminding people about Advantage and being awesome. Okay, so that is 3 more D6s. And that is 7 slashy damage and 7 fire damage as I swing out and stabby stab. 14 total.
Would you like to push yourself a little harder?
Sure. Yeah, let's push hard.
Okay, so as you swing down and strike, you put a little bit more effort into the attack than normal, and you feel it cut straight through her, but she grabs you with her claws as she's falling down and deals 3 damage to you, but you kill her.
3 damage, right, got it. Okay, from that, I'm going to flap my wings fiercely 1 time, and I'm going to go over this stalagmite and behind this sea hag, because why not? And I'm going to use my bonus action as War Priest to make an attack roll. So I'm going to attack again. I don't know if this is with advantage or not based on positioning, but I'm going to attack.
Yep.
So that is a 19 to hit with advantage on the 3rd hag, and that is 4 slashing and 5 fire damage to the 3rd hag.
Okay.
As I fly and flurry around and swing the blade as I'm descending down, and that's going to be my turn.
All right, Ash, it is your turn.
I am going to run up to the last hag if I can. I'll run around Riku and I'll take a swing at the last hag.
All right,
That is a 20 to hit. 30-20.
that definitely hits.
And that is 11 points of damage.
Okay. You strike through her, and she is looking pretty badly injured right now. Reese, it is your turn.
Reese is going to move just a little bit closer, right in front of the rightmost pool, while bringing his hands together, and you see these little ice embers beginning to form. He will cast Ray of Frost from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 9 to hit, as it goes right across and hits the opposite wall. And he'll just say, fuck! And then, as a bonus action, cast Party Rain, and confetti will fall around the last sea hag. And then that's the end of his turn.
She looks confused. It is her turn. There are so many people fighting her. I'm going to roll to see who she attacks. She's attacking Ash. She misses Ash. You just flex your muscles and it bounces off.
Yes!
Riku's turn. He has advantage as he screams a guttural scream and rolls a 22 to hit. He is going to use his last smite. So he will roll a d10 plus a d8. Okay, so he does 20 points of damage to her as he strikes down with his battle axe, screaming in the name of Malar, straight through her shoulder. One of her arms is hanging limply off of its side, currently not working very well. And then it's Haven's turn.
I will move up and strike her with my sword, but because there's so many people around and I'm concerned about accidentally missing and hitting any of them, I whiff it and miss her. So I will try with a dagger instead with my offhand, and that's a 13.
That'll miss.
Okay, I will flurry of blows, just so I can get some kind of hit in. 18 to hit.
Hit.
3 damage, and then a natural 1.
Okay. You try to hit her twice. She is able to dodge out of the way, currently a little preoccupied. You get one good blow in, and then she just snarls at you. And then it is Zaz's turn, who has advantage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Swinging away, advantage hoe. That is a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5 slashing and 8 fire damage.
Okay. As you swing your weapon, you strike her down, and she falls to the ground, and all of you feel a power rush through you almost. And each of you have your own gods, I believe. Reese, do you have a god?
Nope.
Reese, you don't know where this power is coming from, but you feel it. Everybody else hears from their god. Here is something to help, and you all feel stronger as you level up to level 5.
Heck yeah!
Hell yeah!
And behind you, you hear a door open.
Yes.
It's the door to the last room.
Oh fuck!
Whoops.
The door to the last room,
Whoops!
which we will take care of next week in our season finale.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
We will see if you survive.
Oh, we're all dead.
Oh, violence, just call me, I've answered before. I've made many enemies and settled from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown. And so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who wish to control me. Yes, I believe